Thank you, brother. You saved me. You saved me. That explains why somebody came in and didn't respond when they put in a message there. I don't know why Streamlabs does that sometimes, man. Not cool. Not cool. But we are fixed now. Oh man, Michael, that's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one. Yo, these are so loud. I appreciate it. All right, so what I was saying, Doc, is that my goal, my dream is that you'll be Doc either so happy, yeah, Doc's so happy the longer we know each other. Michael, that's a pretty good one. It's a pretty good one. All right, so I'm working on a clip. It's not going to go on YouTube, but some of this music is kind of bad, bro. Oh, I found a pretty sweet music. I'm just going to let you guys hear this real quick. All right, that's it for that. We're adding it. All right, stop that. There we go. I've seen some of your shorts. They're pretty well made, man. Thank you. So they come from long form videos, which are, some of them are on YouTube. We got rid of them. We feel like we're in algorithm jail. We can't get any of our long form videos to get more than like 30 views. So I'm not 100% sure what's going on. It could be just that nobody wants to see the content. Nobody wants to see random question and answer sessions on the street. We're not sure. So we're actually going to try something different with this sign. I'm going to walk around with this sign and get people to see if we can talk about it. All right, let's see here. Yo, what's up, Kaima? Kaimia? What are your, do you have any critiques, Doc? Most people don't prefer long form videos. If you stream the street Q&A and later produce shorts from it, I believe that would be picked way more frequently by the algorithm. Maybe. Maybe. But long form is where it's much, I don't know how to word this, it's much easier and much harder to make it in the long form. Bum ba dum ba dum. Bum ba bum bum ba dum dum. Bum ba dum. No, man, I don't have any. All right. What is that decoration item called? You talk about this right here? The biggest pine cone you've ever seen? That's a pine cone, baby. It's a pine cone. It's crazy. It's a pine cone. It's a pine cone. It is. What is this? Yo, what's up, G-Man? Welcome back. Welcome back. The LED sign did not turn out well. I've run into multiple issues, actually. Multiple issues, unfortunately. So the sign, honor to meet you. What's up, Luca? The sign that I'm trying to get for behind me also had a problem. So that is, I did not know that pine cones open and close in humidity. Yo, Zoe giving that 101 education. I had no idea. I've had this pine cone for like 12 or 13 years now. I had no idea. Thank you, Zoe. Um, but yeah, so the place that said they could print my sign said they actually can't print my sign. It's too big. So I had to go somewhere else. So now I'm waiting for a quote on that. What is happening? Why can't I do this? All right, hold on. What did I miss here? Did the LED sign? Oh, and then the sign that we printed is not. So it's going to be a 3D printed sign with LED lights. Also had a problem. It didn't print right. So the white part, which the light should be able to come through, for some reason printed black behind some of the white layers. So it doesn't work. Opinion about should get married or not. Kaimia, if you find the right person, yes. If you find the right person, but that's really hard to know and hard to do. But overall, yes. And have as many children as possible. I was watching some French girl stream and got distracted. All right, Luca, all right. Do you like Darth Vader from Star Wars? It depends on what you mean by like. I think his character is awesome. I think I love Star Wars as a franchise. I love Star Wars, and I think Vader is a great character. But if it was real life, I'd hate Darth Vader. You know what I mean? Me and my friends hate Darth Vader. I have not been to Dubai or Saudi Arabia. What you could talk about in your video? I have no idea what's going on here. Okay. I'm just trying to post stuff, and this is giving me trouble. Muffle Moose says, don't get married. 50% in a divorce, and there's no real reason to anyway. It's 2026, 1900s. It doesn't have to be a massive cost. My wife and I got married in the backyard. The language of the heart. Let's go. Did you get refunded for the misprint at least? Well, it was my buddy doing it for free. So he didn't charge me. He just lost the materials and time. It was like a 17-hour print. Your beard is epic. Thank you, Luca. Thank you. I'm glad I have a beard. If I was going to lose all the head on my hair, I'm glad that I got a beard to make up for it. No income tax in the Gulf countries. Really? That's interesting. My beard at the moment is like old tennis ball. Do you know about this book, The Language of the Heart by Bill W.? I do not. That's what I will be doing if I get married. Backyard. Yeah, I'm happy to be married. There are, if you're married and you get divorced with children, there's an assumed, even though I know things get ugly, Muffle Moose, and you're probably going to know this, it happened to one of my friends, but there's an assumed custodial agreement in place unless you change it with 50-50. Unless one of the spouses goes nuclear and tries to ruin stuff. I got a full head of hair, but no beard or mustache. That's how it is sometimes, Francisco. That's how it is sometimes. So I have all the hair except right here. And I actually have, sprouts of here. I don't know. It's just not ideal, you know what I mean? Why will this not work? I don't understand. Boom, ba-doom, boom. Saudi Arabia funds the government through funding from an export tax of natural resources and low VAT and CT. All right. Yeah, Saudi Arabia and all those places aren't real. They have so much oil money, it's ridiculous. It's like $1 billion a day. $1 billion a day. Marriage is best things if it works out well and can be worst thing if it ends poorly. Yes, I agree with you. Yeah, I love this question, Kaya. What I've had today, I ate a T-bone steak for breakfast with a little bit of eggs. The thicker the beard, the lighter the head hair. Yeah. Well, it's funny, too. My beard is white, and I don't know if you can see this. Hold on. There we go. Can you see that color? It's red. I always heard the rumor that red hair turns white, and I think that's what happened here, because even though it's hard to tell, I still have black hair in there. It's just covered up by the red or formerly red hair that is now white. It's kind of messed up if you ask me. It's kind of messed up. Doesn't marriage make sense from a purely financial perspective? In what way? Because you can always combine finances and stuff. Are you talking about for like a tax break? I've been to UAE before. It's not that glamorous. I kind of want to check it out. In terms of joint filings, well, okay, this is a good question. Let's look at tax filing status. No, that's not what I want to look up. Income limits. So, like, if you are a single person and you want to contribute to a Roth, you have up to $153,000. As a married couple, you only have up to $242,000. Well, 153 and 168, 242 to 252. So, yeah, that's rough. How much money is too much money? You got to ask my man G-Man. My man G-Man has that. But honestly, I think once you have more than like $10 million, yeah, it is a very relative question. Once you have, yo, what's up, Wellesley? You're talking about from, like, we've known each other for, like, a year? Or is it something else, Wellesley? Like, we just messaged each other in the last few days, although I'm giving you all the answers, so you could be like, yeah, that's me. All right, let's look up income brackets. household. This is not what I'm looking for. IRS.gov. Depends where you live. Yo, please react to My Dear Song. Where is My Dear Song? Do you regret your face tats? Who are you talking to? Whatever they charge for Snap-on tools. Hold on, I think I missed something. Oh yeah, so Kaimiya, there does come a point where you're never going to spend the amount of money you have. So it all depends on what you're doing for it. If I had $100 million, that's significantly more than I need. I'm probably giving 90 million of it away. That's actually my goal. If Free Advice Guy ever starts making money, I want to start paying off people's debts. That's ultimately the goal. Yeah, bro, how are you? 10 million, I wish. Can't get what you said. Oh, your core message should center around live. Okay, it definitely does not do that. It's a mechanical joke. I'd like it. Hey, thanks, Luca. We got a long way to go before we get there, you know what I mean? We got to go from $0 made to $100 million made. But that's not even true. I would honestly... my wife and I have talked about this. We don't know the specific amount. But if we started making money, we've decided we want to recoup some of the expenses that we've spent to do Free Advice Guy. But we really do want to start... malicious intent? That is a malicious chat message. That's wild. I'd probably form a foundation to fund hospitals, wells, housing. Yes, not me. I wouldn't do a foundation. Okay, I might form a foundation, but my money would go directly to people. Or at least directly to the cause for the people. I'm not giving my money to a housing group. I would buy houses directly for people. Or pay off debt for people. Stuff like that. Yeah, let's go, Wellesley. Let's go, Wellesley. We're here to help people. Getting my house paid off before I... Is FIE fire or die? Oh, $78,000. All right, not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, we give back. It's on YouTube, My Dear Song. Yo, are you self-promoting Islamic world teaching? Not cool, brother. Wait, wisdom is mine. Why did you delete your message? I used to donate, but lost a lot of faith in charity organizations. I only help people I get directly. Yep, that's how I feel, Luca. I forgot what the rate is, but you can actually look this up. It's like the actual amount of money donated and then the actual amount of money used for that specific cause is not a good correlation. I don't like it. 10-hectare land or at some price equity. Wait, Truth Seeker. So you're trying to pay your house off before you die? You should try to pay it off before you retire. If you can. Requires more networking and upfront research to do it directly. You'll have to find people yourself. Oh, yeah. Well, that's where the hope would be. That it would be that the stream has enough people. And then we'd find it. Charities make their money and then pay a little. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm worried about. It's an English song, and it is very soothing. You will love it. Just react on it one time. You will love it, I promise. I'm not promoting, I promise. This sounds like promotion, my brother. This sounds like promotion. I'm 65 years old and retired. Okay, all right. Wait, so is this a question, Truth Seeker? If it was a question, I apologize. Reword your question so I know it, so I can help you directly. How to get free money, finance, from your free advice on finance. You do not get free money from here. It's very true. He is promoting. This is not a free money stream. This is how to get better with your own money stream. That's what we do here, baby. We help people get better with their money. That's what we do. Please, I just want to note your reaction on that song. Please react to it, please. No, sir. That is not what we do on this stream. How can I pay it off quicker? All right, well, number one, Truth Seeker, you got to have a budget. Yeah, why me specifically? I'm a little bit interested, Islamic. Why do you care about me? So number one is a budget. Write down everything. Understand how much extra money you have, like down to the penny. Do you have an emergency fund? Do you have other debts? All right, because there's really no way to pay it off quicker other than putting more money towards it. There's really nothing else. You got to make sacrifices in spending in one area and pay extra towards it from that area that you sacrificed. You just have to do more money towards it. Sir, if you don't mind, I want to know that you are married or not. I am married. I am married and I have 4 children. Any answers about trading stocks or crypto? Yes. What do you want to know about them? I have a lot I could say on both topics, but I don't want to inundate you if you're looking for something specific. Retirement fund. Tell me more. What does that mean, retirement fund? Good advice. Thank you, sir. I got you, Truth Seeker. Are you looking for a financial advisor, Truth Seeker? Because I'm free. I'm a CFP professional. James Carey, really? Wow. Do you know any USA accounts that accept global countries to invest in? Well, if I understand your question correctly, there are plenty of U.S. institutions where you can invest in foreign countries, except global countries to invest in. You gotta give me more. You gotta give me more, James. I'm sorry. He's off the market. Hey, Truth Seeker, if you're looking for a financial advisor and a more like deep relationship than just here live on stream, join the Patreon. Links in my bio. It's free. What is the best two for long term and short term? All right. So short term, I don't think there's any good stock or crypto investment, because both of them can be very volatile. So if you need something in the short term and the stock market crash, you're hosed. So for short term, I generally lean towards money markets or high yield savings accounts. If you're looking for long term, I like broad diversification, right? It's hard to know individual stocks. So I don't pick individual stocks, if that's what you mean. I want to invest, am from Ghana. Ooh, I can't help you out with there. I apologize. I don't know anything about the companies that you can invest in while you're in Ghana. How to earn through share market. The profit is kind of small, and what do you even do with the profit? Do you buy more shares? Like the profit is mostly 10 to 15. So what do you mean share market? Why is my poop slimy? I'm not sure. See a doctor. Idiosyncrasies examples, sir. What do you mean idiosyncrasies example? Sometimes these questions are really hard to pick up. Oh, he's asking about investing in the U.S. as a non-citizen. Yes. If you're in Ghana, I honestly don't know. If you are Ghanan, if that's the correct word, and you're in America, there are plenty of companies. But if you are in Ghana, there's not much I could do for you there. I'm not sure. In my country, we have retirement fund that collect from my salary, a contribution for both employee and employers. Okay. Yeah, I dig that. Wait, I'm in the UK. How can I get a savings account for short term? So I believe you guys have oh man, I used to know the name of these accounts. Something IS accounts. I could be wrong, Wellesley, but I think so. Are you a financial advisor? I'm curious about the idea some religious people promote that if you believe in God and live a good life, you won't face financial loss and will become wealthy. What are your thoughts on this? I believe God gives you more than what you need. but you have to be a good steward of the money. And being a good steward, because even the Bible talks about investing the money. There's a very specific one. I have to look up the actual verse, but somebody who turned 10, I think it was shekels into 50, someone who turned it into 20, someone who kept it the same. He was actually mad at the one who kept it the same. Ghanaian? Yeah, it's a good... Ghanaian? Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. Good shares to buy in U.S. whose shares are less than 50-60. Hold on, Fire Bulby. Are you talking about individual companies? Because individual companies is like you're gambling with individual companies. Especially while markets are doing well. It's a little bit easier when markets are on a downturn. ISA. That's what it is. ISA. Yes. I'm looking to buy a house this year. The bank has approved me for a mortgage. Let's go, Wellesley. Let's go. I don't like gambling either. So here's the thing. If you're picking individual stocks, you have an uncapped ceiling, but a bottomless floor. If you're broadly diversified, your ceiling is lower, but your floor is higher, right? So you have to figure out what you're comfortable with. The U.S. stock market as a whole has averaged about 10% per year over the last 5 years. So if you want more than 10%, you got to be more aggressive. But a lot of people who try and beat the market lose. Just throwing that out there. Gambling no good, but stocks for long term is okay. I agree. Just individual stocks is where it comes in. It's okay, I guess it's not bottomless. You could go to zero. You could go to zero. All the way to zero. Bottom until bop. You hit zero. When age 50, we can withdraw half money. And when 55, we can withdraw all our savings for retirement. All right. Power off, Mama. Mama K. When the stocks are in the red, it's good to buy. Not always, but I like where your head's at. Buy low and sell high is the rule of the market. The problem is human nature is to buy high and sell low. As human beings, we are conditioned to run away from fire. But when it comes to investing, you're supposed to run into the fire. What's that about? What's that about? With limited capital, I have to focus on 2 to 3 companies. Which would you suggest right now? I actually would suggest that if you have limited capital, you buy an entire market. If you're comfortable with the risks of stock investing, why not? Tell me why you wouldn't want to own a piece of every company and you only want to own 2 to 3 companies. I get it. You have more earnings potential. I totally get that. But picking individual stocks is a gamble. I do it quite often with Litecoin, buy and red, and make 50, 60 each time, but I have lost it occasionally. It's tough, man. It's tough on individuals. What is fiscal revenue and fiscal deficit and analogical way explain? So fiscal, yeah. Your terms aren't terms that I am used to the way you're using them, but revenue is money coming in. Deficit means you're spending more than you're bringing in. You bring in 100, but you're spending 120. Revenue is just how much you bring in regardless of your expenses. What's your opinion on investing in developed countries versus developing countries? Developing countries might become future superpowers. So which is better for long-term investment? Well, okay, there's multiple ways to think about this, Krishna. If you have higher upside potential on developing countries, it's the same thing in America with small and mid-cap stocks. You have more upside potential, but you also have a higher potential for them to completely fail. So you have to decide, what is your risk-reward level? How much risk are you willing to take for that potential reward? Again, for me, I owned the entire world's publicly traded stock market. That includes developing markets. That includes small and mid-cap stocks. All of it. Kaimia, was my answer not sufficient? Hey, yeah, Wellesley, dude, I went through I don't know how to describe it. We started creating content. I'm not gonna lie, I got burnt out on streaming, so I took some time off. But we're back, baby. I got my passion back for streaming. I've been at it for like 3 weeks now, maybe 4 weeks. Because with 2 to 3, risk is lesser if you know those companies are stable and know about their investments and backgrounds. Okay, but here's the thing though. So like all of those companies you just mentioned are in the technology sector, right? So why would you? It sounds like you're very technology heavy. If that's where you want to go, why not just buy a sector ETF in technology as opposed to 2 to 3 companies? Because you never know what news is going to come out about any of these companies. Like, what if Nvidia loses market share to AMD? Google gets hit with an antitrust lawsuit. Apple loses market share to Google, right? When you're invested in just those 2 to 3 things, that's tough. But if you're invested in the tech market as a whole, or the tech sector as a whole, those 3 things that I just mentioned might actually help your tech sector stock or ETFs. You know what I mean? How can I learn to save more money? You gotta talk with me, Wellesley. That's what we're here for, baby. But in for real, do a budget, like a detailed budget. Write everything down. Might consider it boring, but it'll change your life. India gave 75% return on investment since 2014. China about 70. USA only given about 10. That is not true. India has not averaged 75% return over the last 12 years. Incorrect. Same with China. That is incorrect, Firebulby. No, that's cool, bro. That's good to see. As you can see by the name, I've changed my content completely. Yeah, man. So I'd be very interested if you feel comfortable putting it in chat. But what made you switch up? All right, my answer was sufficient. I typed twice. I got it. My question is, it's okay if I pay totally my housing loan with that retirement savings? Some get 300K. The more high salary we get, the more we can get. Some get million. I'm really sorry, Power. To say yes or no, I would have to know significantly more about your financial situation to be able to answer a question like that. Power. I'm really sorry. I want a Lambo. You got to save for it, PixFox. Do not finance a Lambo. Unless you have a crazy amount of income and a crazy net worth, do not finance a Lambo. As a matter of fact, don't finance a car. If you want to buy a car, dude, my charging cord, get out of here. You should not finance a car at all. Pay yourself a car payment every month until you have the cash needed to buy the car you want. And then for a lot of people, once they have that amount of cash, it becomes very difficult to then use that cash and buy a car. They're like, I don't really need this car. I don't want to give this much money. At the moment, it seems very unpredictable with AI and tech market. What's going to happen with the AI bubble burst, or will it be successful? Yeah, I think because of fear, right? What you're talking about, Luca, if you've never heard of something, there's something called the efficient market hypothesis. And that is that everything known or thought about is already factored into the price of things. So, right, everybody wonders if AI is a bubble. So with that, there's some fear and there's less money going in. Can I get fined for not using state electricity and use solar energy and rainwater? I have no idea, Firebulby. Is that legal in your country? Since 2014, India's stock market has grown roughly 275. The U.S. market, S&P with dividends, has grown over 200. And China's market has grown only about 10 to 15%. There we go, Krishna. Yeah, I was. That makes a lot more sense. Efficient market hypothesis is cool. Thanks for letting me know about that. Yeah, the efficient market hypothesis. Once I fully accepted that, I'm not going to say it is completely how do I word this? But it mostly affects the market. It's mostly accurate. Why do you think silver and gold crashed? Will it rise again? It could possibly rise again. I think there were some people who took some of their crazy gains and locked those in, sold out of the market. But I also think it's possible that the new Fed chair played a role, or the potential new Fed chair played a role in it. Who knows, though? Getting banned on Twitch, life changed. I look at myself and I was getting fat. I realized I was researching content for a while after, up until November last year. Now we ghost hunters, bro. Also doing lots of urban exploring. Are you checking out those places like underground that are no longer existing? You know what I mean? If you don't mind, may I know what you do for a living? This is what I do for a living, Kayamiya. Oh, what's up, Kosaksi? Dude. All right, so hold on a second. Let me see here. Nice. All right. So my time for watching YouTube is limited. What if you had one video you could recommend I watch? What would it be? But yeah, Kayamiya, this is what I do for a living. I help people get better with their money. And that's it. That's all I do. The new one today, but the best investigation we've done is coming next Wednesday. All right. Well, shoot me a message because I'm very interested. Will U.S. repay the debt this year? Isn't the first installment due end of this year? I think it's more likely that they refinance, Fire, or that we refinance. Nah, me and Wellesley are friends. I feel like it's been almost like a year and a half, Wellesley. Uh, Interesting name. I smoke. I don't know that you could say the best sector. I don't think it's possible to know the best sector to invest in. Veritasium YouTube video. Yes, must be. Yeah, it's been a while, man. Metals was the best up to a few days ago. Yeah, I think it was like 10 days ago, right, when we saw that drop. Sir, investing in gold is not safe. Bitcoin or gold, which one is safe? Oh, wait. Sir, investing in gold is safe or not? Bitcoin or gold, which one is safe? It depends on what you mean by safe, right? Bitcoin, uh, this is kind of a long explanation, but Bitcoin has no intrinsic value. It's not real. What I mean by that is you can't hold it, you can't use it in a product. Whereas gold has been used as a money for thousands of years. It's been a value retainer for thousands of years. So it depends on what you mean by safe. Like if the world collapses, I would feel better about having some gold than some Bitcoin. Yeah, Wellesley doesn't like Bitcoin. Hey, Wellesley, if you are interested, I have all my videos. I started shooting content about a year ago, actually, last Valentine's Day. We started publishing in April, but my content is me talking to people on the streets about their financial questions. Means to buy that chunk, it's like equity. Honestly, land is the best investment. Real estate price only goes up and up. Well, that's that's not entirely true. Historically, almost every asset class goes up. Land, I think, is a good purchase for different reasons. I heard the couple off days ago they dumped 245,000 Bitcoin. It's still dropping. Interesting. I invested in property and gold. Okay. Smaller crypto coins that people don't even think about can flip money, but it doesn't always work. Yes, I've seen it. It's awesome, brother. Thank you. It's different. We're probably giving up on content creation, just to be straight with you. We got to figure it out. We got one more strategy we're going to try when it comes to going out in the world and talking to people, but we're just kind of learning that nobody really cares about those types of videos. We cannot do it. Do you do trading? No. What I do is anything I buy, I do investing. Anything I buy is to own forever until I need the money to live off of. Why do you think government didn't ban crypto considering how much it is used for illegal activities? Well, they are about to potentially regulate it. And also, I think as safe as it is, it's probably still able to be monitored. But that is a good question, Fire. That is a good question. They banned other things that were used for illegal activities. Why not Bitcoin? Man, Wellesley, we posted a video a week for 7 months. Moved it up to 2 videos a week. And then for a very short period of time, we were 3 videos a week. We could not hit any traction, brother. Could not hit any traction. What do you think about the recent increase in gold prices? Is it because of the Russia-Ukraine war, with Swiss banks freezing Russian assets and dollars, leading more countries to move away from the dollar and buy gold for global trade? This is all hypothetical because nobody has an answer. But gold is a heavily manipulated market. I think people were buying, some of the reason people were buying gold is because they assumed that whoever Trump was going to bring in as Fed chair was going to drop rates to 0 and there was going to be free money on the market. And when inflation goes up, gold generally goes up. So it's interesting. Did you retire from your normal job and now just enjoying your life in comfort? I guess you could say that. I still work. I stream on the days I stream somewhere between 4 and 8 hours. And then I work on content and stuff in the background for more hours. So I actually work more now than when I worked for my job. But now I do things that I want to do, just helping people out. Have you tried a Facebook page? Yeah. I think we need to redo it because we did it based off of my wife's connections. Same thing with our Instagram. Our Instagram has done well, but yeah, we got to reassess everything. Honestly, I think it's time to reassess everything. But streaming has been oddly good. Like for the last 3 weeks, I've gotten more people into my YouTube streams, my TikTok streams, even though it appears that the TikTok algorithm has changed. I normally had 1,000 plus people coming into my TikTok streams, and then yesterday it was only 250. So that's kind of wild. Your one job. Wait, I've recently been fully monetized on Facebook, and it's awesome. Facebook boosts your content more. You post so different from. Yeah, see, we couldn't get anything. We were stuck at literally 60 plus followers or 63 followers for like a year. And then all of a sudden my wife tried a different or like some random hashtag. And then now we're at like 143 followers on Facebook, but it just doesn't pop, man. I don't get it. What do you mean my one job? Hey, what's up, toothpaste? I don't like how we force the dollar on other countries. I hear you. The dollar being the reserve country for the entire world makes it so we don't collapse. Just be careful what you wish for. Do you think gold prices will return to normal? Right now, gold is about twice its usual price. So are you asking, do I think gold will drop by 50%? Give me a message. I can help you out if needed. I'd love that, brother. I'd love it. I think it just needs to be a new channel. Get it completely disconnected from my wife's stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, because she had a Facebook page and we created an Instagram and a Facebook off of hers. You know what I mean? Not for a long time with the gold. Yeah. I just want to make sure that that's what they're asking before I give an answer to that. All right. How is gold different from gold Ethereum? What's the difference? Is ETH Ethereum? The dollar is not used in many countries, right? Like U.S., Canada, Australia, probably Liberia. I mean, the dollar, even if it's not used as their currency, it's the exchange currency. So a country that uses whatever their money is wants to exchange with another, they both have to exchange to dollars to complete the transaction, and then they can convert back to their currency. So to do that, there has to be a certain amount of dollars out there. Anybody want to do push-ups? I'm going to do push-ups real quick. Let's do some push-ups. If you're healthy enough to do push-ups, do it. If you're not, just hang out. But it's push-up time, baby. Ugh. I gotta start getting better shape. Ugh. Did you guys hear my elbow pop? Woo! All right. Hey, look, my head's red. My bad, but I've been looking everywhere for cheap gold. eBay as well. Got loads in my watch list, even if it's scrap gold. Yeah, I understand that. What's your advice to genuinely avoid procrastination? Well, I don't know how to word this, but if a body at rest stays at rest, a body in motion stays in motion. The first thing you should do when you wake up is go for a walk. Leave your house, go for a walk, if you can. Do some physical activity. Set yourself easy to achieve goals, and then increase the difficulty of those goals when you can. You give such great advices. You must be a great dad to your kids. They are young, so the advice is not deep. You know what I mean? When you wake, a walk is better. Well, that's interesting. It's true, but I'm not going to read that. Keep smiling, bro. Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. People come into chat. This is how they spend their life. They come into chat and say things like this. That's wild, bro. You could have been doing push-ups instead of sending that message. You could have been doing anything productive in life, but that's what you chose to do. If you're a procrastinator, everybody's a procrastinator prospect. Everybody. You procrastinate. Don't act like you don't. The question, how do I word this? It's trying to work through and beyond the procrastination. How do you become less of a procrastinator? Everybody procrastinates. I'm going to tell my sons to not worry about dating. They can be friends with everybody, and when it clicks, it clicks. Make sure they actually know who they're dating, who they want to date. Don't worry about looks. It's like when I'm locked in, I'm generally locked in, but when I slack off it, generally, because I face difficulty to come back at that level. Yeah, but that's okay, because you get the newbie gains. Do you know what newbie gains are? Anytime you take a break, when you come back, you get the newbie gains. Yeah, get a little boost. You know what I'm saying? Why such a long beard? Like, it looks great, but why so long? My wife likes it. That's really the answer. If my wife hated my beard, I would be clean shaven. Because I rarely ever show the full length beard. Like, look at it. It's crazy. We measured it on stream. From the bottom of my chin to down here is over 11 inches. My last 2 videos are going crazy, brother. Let's go. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the algorithm either. My neighbors keep doing music every day, and we called the police. They don't answer the door. Also, the baby cries every day. They barely do anything about him and even leave him there. Well, you could probably get them in trouble for leaving a baby there by themselves. That's crazy. Don't worry about looks. No, what I mean is you can't focus on a girl's looks. If all you care about is looks, you're going to be in serious trouble. Prospect. You're crazy, brother. I don't have any financial issues, thankfully. It has to be stressful AF to worry about money. Respect to people going through that. Yeah, most people are. America is over $1.3 trillion in credit card debt. Superboards. What is your favorite band? Man, I don't even know. Limp Bizkit. No, I don't know. I haven't listened to any new music in a long time. Favorite band? Man, that's tough. In 2026, which field of AI would be best for you? I have no idea. I'm so sorry, brother. I'm pulling up my music right now to kind of get a better answer to this. I waste a lot of money. What should I do? Ha! Oh, I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Get a budget. You should live by you don't need it. Like, do you see this phone? It's an iPhone SE from 2020. Man, my favorite band. That's actually a really tough question. Very tough question. Led Zeppelin. Easy. Led Zeppelin. Sorry. It's Led Zeppelin. I like Fall Out Boy. Some early Paramore. Some early Kid Rock. I think we're good there. Yeah, that feels good. All right. Before Trump presidency, you look at Mike Tyson, beat someone up, and say, Prospect, you're wild, man. I do hope my children are good looking. But the looks of your spouse is only part of it. There's literally hundreds, if not thousands, of generations of DNA in your DNA. Any of that could be passed to your next generation. I waste a lot on blow dryers from Wisconsin. All right. It's gold price. All right. I have zero idea about businesses, but I still want to help around the house a bit, hence why I'm planning to do a small business. What should I do or know first? The most important thing for starting a business is having low overhead. It is much easier to be successful in business if you have low overhead. It is incredibly difficult if you don't. If your wife is mid at 20, she'll be a creature at 50. Prospect, why are you in here, brother? What are you trying to do? Alex, you should just go. Wait, Alex Anders, that's a fighter, I think. Alex, just make friends with everybody. Don't have any intentions when you meet any women. All right. I will. Hey, do you guys mind giving the stream a like? If you guys give it a like, or going and watch a video and giving that a like, it'll help get it in front of the people who need it most, you know? Prospect, how old are you? Yeah, comment as well, guys, on the video. Let's go. 16? Come on, brother. You too young. You too young. Go have some fun out there. Don't get stressed out. You know what I mean? All right, give me 1 sec. I'm going to throw this out. Be right back. That would be awesome. Yeah, man. We're struggling with that. Wellesley. Struggling. Be right back. I found out in the recent past that I've been doing pull-ups wrong my whole life. My whole life. Guy's life is about philosophy of freedom. You definitely want to be free. Yeah, we got Zelensky in here. Zelensky, donate. You got plenty of money. Donate, Zelensky. Honestly, people probably aren't going to want to hear this, but having full faith in Jesus Christ will eliminate a lot of the fog from your mind. Life is beautiful once you give your life over to Christ. Do you think it's better to borrow loans for your business or just deal with what you have now? Personally, this is a personal question because there are a lot of people who use leverage and do well with it. I am not one of those people. I don't like having debt. I don't like owing people money. So I would prefer to use my own money. But for some people, yeah, but Christianity is the only one that's true. Yeah, faith without works is dead. Yeah, but only one religion has sent a savior for your sins. Only one. Only one. It's okay. We don't have to talk religion in here. I just hope everyone finds Christ. Pray to him. Tell him you don't believe in him and have him reveal himself to you. Why is there a pine cone? Because it's the world's largest pine cone. It's the size of my head without my beard. Sounds good, Wellesley. But I saw that pine cone near, I think, Big Bear Lake. Is the testing ground of your faith. Are you talking about works being the testing ground of your faith? Thought is your plant emotion. Thought is your plant. Emotion is water. The plant, whatever you are thinking and feeling, is willing its way into the real world. All right. And supposedly your business doesn't go well. What's the first thing you should do? From my knowledge, many business owners knew the problem, but they failed to solve it, resulting in more problems. I mean, it depends on what the problem is, right? If you can solve the problem, you should. What do you think about BRICS countries and their idea of a BRICS currency? In the future, they might trade more without using the US dollar, which could increase their economic geopolitical influence. What's your view on this and how it might impact global trade and investors? Well, if it truly happens, and it has, I don't know how to word this, and there's more to it than we think. Like, how do I word this? It could, but people underestimate just how many dollars are out there and what it would actually take to get rid of the dollars and to make it so it's no longer a global currency. It would take a lot. But I mean, what you're saying, if it gets to the level that they think it can, then it could have a big effect. What are your thoughts, Krishna? BRIC currency refers to the idea. Yep. General merchant for trade, reducing reliance on the U.S. dollar. Yes. In the short term, if it happens more so during the Trump administration, I know he's going to throw sanctions on it, right? Sanctions on those countries and things like that. In the long term, I could see it happening. Big fan, sir. Respect you. 15 years old young man and working hard every day on a right path to trying to get rich and a self-made millionaire. So I'm semi-famous YouTuber now. Man, if you're a semi-famous YouTuber, you're kind of already well on your path, no? You know what I mean? I want to escape the matrix, the job system, and education system, and make millions of dollars by selling courses to audience and live life of freedom. All right. Well, how can I help you, brother? Because you're going to have to show that you are an expert and get people to want to follow what you have to say. What is happening? Let's see here. I'm definitely not saying that. Welcome. Nigero, welcome. Make money via using internet fame. I mean, once you're internet famous, it becomes easier to make money. I'm in Pakistan. If you earn 2,000 monthly in Pakistan, you are wealthy and can afford rented mansions, a luxury lifestyle. As the average income of a family is 200 a month in Pakistan. All right. BRICS countries might be cautious because of what happened in Japan in the 1800s when the dollar was devalued, which affected their economy. All right, it's definitely possible. Abdullah, I'm not sure. I'm not an expert on using it, but I mean, you could find products you believe in and tell your audience that you believe in them, why you believe in them, and then help sell those. Ooh, sausage for dinner. I dig that. I had steak for dinner. I had about 1.5 T-bones last night for dinner. 1.5. I simply could not eat the second one. It was too much. But instead of trying to eat one gigantic meal, no need to brag now. Hey, so normally I have eggs and sausage for breakfast, but this morning I was just feeling a steak. Because now, instead of trying to eat two steaks in one meal, I'm going to eat my breakfast steak, and then when I'm done streaming, I will eat my lunch slash early dinner steak, and then we'll call that a good day. Yeah, of course. Anybody can create their own currencies. Why wouldn't they? Does buying brand name diapers really matter? Is it mostly just the gimmick and it's okay to buy store brands? Joey, I would encourage you to look at cloth diapering if costs matter to you. Um, but I actually don't know the difference. I'm sure there is some benefit to them, but is the benefit worth what you're paying? I don't know about that. At 30 years old, what financial goals should a man this age strive for? So you are 30 and you're looking to have financial goals now? Because essentially, get your bills as low as possible. That's number one. Spend less than you make. Get your bills and expenses as low as possible. You like live by the mantra, you don't need it. For example, this phone is an iPhone SE from 2020. I will not upgrade this phone even though I can afford it. I will not upgrade this phone until it stops working because I don't need a new phone. You know what I mean? I'm hungry. Can you send me $1? I can't. I'm so sorry, Kim Jong. Too stinky. What is too stinky? The diapers or the cloth diapers? Every diaper stinks the same, just to let you know. Someone got to make a video how he made his own nation. There's a thing apparently of micronations. Yes, that's true. Cloth ones? Nah, man. Cloth diapering is great. But you save a lot of money. But there is cleaning to be done. And if you don't feel like doing the cleaning, I totally get it. Not having kids is cheaper and less stinky. But what are you doing? Hey, thanks for the sub, Sam. But what are you doing for the future of humanity? Having kids is a peak for sure. But what are you doing for humanity and all that sort of stuff? For some reason, this generation cares more about how much kids cost. You realize people were having kids even during famines in the past, right? When we were being hunted down by Siberian tigers, people were still having kids. That's the whole point. Keep the human race going. About the BRICS, but the U.S. hasn't allowed such moves, which is why there are high tariffs on countries. Well, we can't stop them. We can disincentivize it, which is also our right. But we can't stop it. They don't have their own law and stuff, so it's more like a club. But it's a cool concept to get a bunch of friends and buy shared land and make like a village. I'm helping the future of the planet. Do you think the planet has emotions and feelings? You realize the planet will be here long after humans are, right? When people say humans are killing the planet, it's ridiculous. The planet will be here long after humans are wiped out through some catastrophe. Is it better to fix a car on your own as opposed to hiring a mechanic? If you can. But you also have to think about your time value. You know, do you have the time to be able to spend to fixing your car? If not, is it worth it for you to go make money to be able to pay for someone else to do it? Right? The time value of your money is important. I want a lot of kids, but girls my age, I'm 22, freak out when I say I need 12 sons for an upcoming army. Almost made me think I was a crazy one. I like it, Luca. You're a little bit you're serious mixed with troll. That might be my favorite. That might be my favorite. How are you helping the planet in any meaningful way? People who fear responsibility just cope and say stuff like that. That's very true. That's also a good point, Joey. How are you helping the planet? Who was that? Mahoy. How are you helping the planet? Tell me. Help me. Tell me how I can help you, Snitchan. I might not be able to, but if you need some advice, I could possibly help out there. I have an exam on chem after 7 days. I haven't studied anything. How to ace? Study. For me, practice tests were the best way for me to study. That was just for me. Some people can read from a book and learn it. That's not how I roll. What game you playing? Ooh, so I actually been playing a lot of Rivals. I peaked at Grandmaster this season, and then I went on a crazy losing streak, like 9 out of 10 games or something like that. So now I'm back down to Diamond 1. But it's Rivals, baby. I really liked Zombies mode, and they got rid of it, so I'm sad. If you suddenly... I don't know what that's supposed to mean, Sadia. You're going to have to rephrase your question. School ain't going to help none. Take to the jewelry store. Tell me what that means. Tell me what that means. What will you advise to a just post-teenage guy who started earning through video editing and shooting? Keep getting out there, Nath. I got to be real with you. None of my videos have hit. I honestly can't tell you. If you look at my channel, I have a bunch of videos. The shorts will get somewhere between 500 and 1,000 views, but my long form, I'm lucky to get 50 views, man. But as someone who is editing and shooting, make sure you have enough ads out there, like cheap ads, right? Create a Fiverr, get out on Facebook, right? Post things, but tell people why they should hire you. About the Earth, everything has an expiry date, maybe 1 billion years. Yeah, maybe. Could be tomorrow. Could be 1 billion. All we need is one sun flare to destroy everything. What do you think about the afterlife? I believe there's a Christian afterlife. That's what I believe. Know, like financially how to save and invest? So the first thing you need is a budget. I know it's going to sound boring, but write down everything. Every penny. Every penny coming in, every penny coming out. Budget based off of your lowest earning month. Build an emergency fund. An emergency fund is the most underrated piece of financial advice or financial activity that you could do. Build yourself a solid emergency fund. I like 12 months of basic living expenses. And then from there, you need goals for your money. I'm going to stop there and see what questions you got. I want to multiply money once I get into a corporate job. I need your help for that. I've begun my... Oh, okay. Yo, does the S in SIP mean systemic or systematic? Because I'm used to automatic, but I've been hearing a lot of SIP. What do you believe, Dale? I would love to know your thoughts. Systematic? Okay. So a SIP or an AIP is one of the most effective saving strategies you could possibly have because you don't have to think about it anymore. You take action one time, but you do need to make sure that as your income increases or your expenses drop lower, you increase your SIP. I guess on the flip side, if your income goes down or your expenses go up, you need to adjust your SIP as well. Are you in Hong Kong? I am not. Come on, Dale. I want to know what you got, Dale. Hit me. Let me guess, Dale. Do you believe everything was created from nothing? That's my first question to you, Dale. If you, a boy 18 years old, then which thing do you like? Skill learning sports. Are you proud to be Arab? I'm not Arab. As an 18-year-old, I liked, I guess, playing sports. I'll be straight. I was pretty much a slacker at 18 years old, just having fun. I was atheist, but after years, I kept realizing that a lot of conclusions I came with have overlapped with Christian values and the Bible. Just got into it, and now I'm Christian. It is... I don't want to get too deep on that. I love that, Luca. Thank you for sharing. What is nothing? It's a good question. It's a good question. What is nothing, toothpaste? I don't believe in the afterlife. One reason is that only religious people are said to enter, even if a person doesn't do horrible things. And what about animals? Animals is hard because it's never really directly addressed. It does feel hard to believe that we form such strong relationships with animals and that they maybe wouldn't be there with us. Christian, let me ask you this. Do you believe that when you die, it's just nothing? Everything ceases to exist? Like, don't you find the fact that you have a soul, and if you don't want to say soul, a conscience, don't you find that interesting? Your conscience isn't like a thought. Where is your conscience? Anyway, I heard that the best way to buy a car is to buy it on Emmy and then put the same amount of money into fixed deposit with greater interest than the Emmys, and boom, you saved a couple. What is an EMI? They're not religious either, so do they not? Animals are not humans with critical thinking ability. Animals think on pure instinct and survivability. Humans have the ability to think of things on a deeper level. Best thing about the Bible is that following it, you just live a good life. It just works for me for building marriage, healing. It's very true. If you follow the Bible, it's hard to find a problem there. Wait, Absalon, I didn't understand it. What is an EMI? When you die, isn't it just the same as before you were born? Maybe, yeah. It could very well possibly be. EMI is like down payment based on installments with interest. So for me, the best way to buy a car is to save, pay yourself a car payment, at least a car payment every month. Put it into a high yield savings account or money market fund. Let it grow until you have the cash to buy a car. That does multiple things. One, you can buy the car cash. But two, it'll probably change your feelings on whether or not you want to spend that much on a car. If I die, that's the end, just like all animals. Krishna, I totally understand that. But what happens to your soul? Does it just perish as well? Animals also can't sin. Yeah, that's true. They're not like humans of knowledge of good and evil. It said the Bible also some animals have souls, mammals, birds, but not fish. Very interesting. That actually makes a lot of sense why a lot of Christian vegetarians will eat fish, but not the other stuff. Manifestation is the real power. You might not realize it, but you're praying to a higher power. Who are you manifesting to? Because if you say the universe, what is the universe? Who controls the universe? Guys, don't scare me with the death thing. I mistakenly asked that afterlife question. I believe we reincarnate and the soul doesn't die. Okay. You don't believe in souls. So what is your conscience? How do you know what good and evil are? How do you know what bad and good are? Yo, how do I get better at math? Practice, man. Now, I'm not throwing this out there as a cop-out. I do think there is a ceiling to everyone's abilities in certain things. I excelled in middle school into high school math. And then I reached the what is this stage of math. So I was a math genius as a child. And then I became a math, I won't say dunce, but a math normal person as I got older. Just how it is. It's just how it is sometimes. All right, Absalon. Thank you for coming through. Get some good sleep. Get some good sleep. But yeah, practice, baby. Practice, practice. Because there are certain things. Now, I didn't give the, like when my wife talks about the effort that she put into, hey, thank you. When my wife talks about the effort that she put into studying math, I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't put that much effort. But I think part of it was because, like, algebra up to what? Algebra 3, 4. And what's after algebra 3, 4? You got algebra 1, 2, geometry, algebra 3, 4. It was like all of a sudden math stopped being logical progressions. Hey, thanks for the subs, guys. It stopped being logical progressions and it became like a different type of thinking. And for some reason, that type of math, just my brain was like, ah. Hey, if you guys would, go like a clip. Watch a clip or a long form video. Watch it from beginning to end and give me a like. It would mean a lot. Hey, let's go. Do you think that a lot of atheists might be much more Christian than they realize? Because if you follow the values of Jesus preaches, you kind of do follow Jesus, even if you don't say it in words. Yes. I think because everyone believes in bad and good, or good and evil, however you want to word it, right? But it can't be subjective. So I do think a lot of people follow the Christian principles without realizing it. But what their counter to you will be, I think you were saying it earlier, that every religion has some sort of similar principles. You know what I mean? I fell in love with physics, but my parents will not allow me for marriage. What to do? Help. How do you marry physics? How do you marry physics, brother? Tell me. I want to know what love is. I want you to show me. What, hair fall, meaning this? Let it go, brother. Shave it. Once that first hair, once that first follicle starts leaving, shave your head. I started shaving my head at either 20 or 21 years old because I knew it was coming. My dad, who I did not know very well, was completely bald. Oh, yeah, he's going to get physics to go out on a date with him. You know what I mean? What's up, Grapeseed? Welcome. Yeah, Shiva. Hello, hello. Gamer unknown. When you make peace with others, you can make peace with yourself. Okay. I think it might come the other way, though. You almost have to make peace with yourself before you can make peace with others. But I could see your way. I could see your way. Was 25 when my hair said bye-bye? Yeah. I don't know, because, like, I don't know what this is called. Like, there's some hair here and then here. You know what I mean? I just refuse to rock that, and it's kind of sparse in here. No thanks. No thanks. How can I grow hairs? I don't know. I'm not the guy to ask about here. But I think it's mostly genetics, man. Your hair either falls out or it doesn't. I do think your diet can play a role in slowing that stuff down. Like I've heard that copper, no. Is it copper? That if you eat enough copper, I can't remember, it will slow down graying. I have full hair right now because my family was upset at me for going bald, but I was bald before. It's just easier to maintain. Yeah, wait, so you had a full head of hair and you chose to go bald? That's like my brother, bro. He did that stuff for a while too. It's like a slap in the face. Because I will say, listen, I like being bald. My life is better. I like the look. I like how my life is. But if I had a full head of hair, my hair would be longer than my beard. I'm just throwing that out there. I would absolutely look like a hippie. How do we know what is truly good or bad? It's confusing because ideas of right and wrong often depend on society, and suffering usually shapes these definitions. For example, practices like child marriage in India or sati were common and socially accepted before 90s or 80s, but today they are considered wrong. How can we decide what is generally moral versus what is just socially accepted at a particular time? This is a good question. Generally, the people who are allowing those things are the few. The people allowing those things are the few, and they are deciding policy. Right? Like if you... How do I word this? Objectively and collectively, there are certain things, if you put them out there, most people are going to feel and know in their soul that it's not right. You know what I mean? But that's also why ethics are programmed into us, not decided by the people. Because otherwise, whatever the people decided would be considered ethical. It's very much genetics. Like you can eat stuff, like take supplements, but eventually it would just fall out. You just slow it down a bit. Agreed. I think, like I ate pretty terribly as a kid. I can't lie. But if I would have eaten better, my hair would have fallen out slower. And maybe even I'd be less gray. Although these were red hairs at one point, and I think they turned white. But anyway, because you can still see the red in some of it. But... yeah, I think it could slow it down, but I agree. Eventually, genetics gonna get you. I didn't want to go to a hairstylist, so I just shaved my head. Need to say my hairstyle was sock next time I came in. She asked me, so what do you want me to do? You're like, just buzz it up. Just buzz it up. You know what also stinks is going to a barber and getting your head shaved. They never do as good of a job as you. Never. Never, bro. It's unfortunate. All right, I'm going to go rinse this cup out. Give me 1 sec. How long has it been since we last did push-ups? How much would you say you should be making monthly, putting away to start more seriously investing? I think 20% of your pre-tax income. If you're making 50,000 a year, you need to find a way to save 10,000 per year. But 20% of your income, it's all relative. It's all relative. So when you're making 100,000, you need to be saving 20,000. If you're making 200,000, you need to be saving 40,000 a year. Don't want to mention any religion in particular, but did God want all humans to be religious or not? If we have free will, then why did God invent hell? For people who don't want to be with him. Right? God doesn't force anyone to hell. Right? But people can choose to not be with God. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's tough to do, but this is where like it's not fun or as fun, but a life of sacrifice. Because it gets to the point when your expenses are low, like people don't like to hear it, but if you can live with 4 or 5 friends, get your rent as low as possible. When you're getting a mortgage and they tell you you qualify for 400, buy a $300,000 house. Right? You do things like that to continuously cut your expenses so you can spend less than you have to. Say the hell is literally what you make your life to be, even here on Earth. If you do stuff like steal, lie, and live a hedonistic degenerate, yeah, it's a good point. If you're living a life for God, you're probably people buy too much stuff they don't need because of lifestyle inflation. Yep. And I practice what I preach. I have 2 monitors here. The monitor in front of me is a decent monitor, but it's from 2021. It's a 165 hertz monitor. I love this monitor. It's a 32 inch, 165 hertz monitor, which is weird, but I like it. And I'm not going to upgrade it. And then this monitor over to my left for my second monitor is probably 10 years old now. This phone is from 2020. What else? What else? This brush, it's dirty. This brush is old. I don't know. I don't buy things unless I need it. A pine cone the size of a pineapple is enough decoration. If a person is not religious but is a good person, do the person go to hell or heaven? It depends. Do you have knowledge of God? Right? Like, being a good person is relative. Right? I think everyone subconsciously is aware of a higher power. Everyone. Not making enough income yet. I'm starting out as freelance software developer. I used to work for a couple years as an employee, but wanted to be independent. The brush is for the beard. Yes, it is. Let's go. Oh, man, we got a billionaire. What's up, Akash? How can I help you then, Akash? It sounds like you could help us. You could send some of that here to Free Advice Guy, and then we could pay down some debts. What do you think? We could pay down people's debts for them. That is really weird, Mall Seed. It's not up to us to say who goes to hell or heaven. Yeah, that's very true. It's very true. This guy supports ICE, mass deportation, and is MAGA Holocaust denier. This is crazy, Jack. This is crazy. Areas in the ocean. All right. Sounds good. I've got no money. Malsi, what are you doing about it? What are you doing about it? Akash, I'm not sure you're a billionaire. I want to know what love is. I want you to show me. This guy's crazy. Mall Seed is crazy, bro. Coolest beard of them all. Let me tell you all that. Let's go, Pranjal. Yeah, money just allows you the freedom to do the things that actually fulfill you. If I had $1 billion, I would still be doing this. I don't think I can get super chatted because I'm not monetized, Krishna. 30K in debt and earning 8K a year. That is tough, Dr. Hov. That is tough. I'm assuming your expenses are more than 8K per year. Have you heard of pig races before? I don't know why, but it's really funny concept. Is it literally just pigs racing? Now, that doesn't mean they couldn't say. If you go to pay.freeadviceguy.com, you can make a donation, Krishna. Or Akash, I'm sorry. Malseed, you got to rethink your life. You are spending time in your life coming into chats with these comments. It is not too late for you to change your life. Start right now. Pigs just race each other and people can bet. Don't gamble, guys, not on pigs. That does feel crazy. I mean, it's not really different than horse racing. Just watching animals go fast, you know what I mean? Malseed, what happened to you? Why are you like this? Malseed, you have a video from 17 years ago. Dance by Pat. What's going on, Malseed? How did you end up this way? This is a wild existence. A wild existence, Malseed. I want to know what love is. I want you to show me. Jack created his account less than a month ago. Now he's coming around harassing people. What's that about, Jack? If you think your chat is weird now, imagine if you were that French streamer girl. Which French streamer girl? Also, I imagine I have a friend who's pretty decently big in the Geometry Dash space. She gets some weird stuff. Oh, the one you were watching earlier, Luca. What was she streaming? Was she just talking to people? Was she playing video games? What was going on? What made you watch? I know I can't help with one part of that stream, or maybe the other. You know what I mean? Yeah, I do gaming streams on Twitch, Toothpaste. So if you like gaming streams, I play Rivals at night. If you're into that sort of thing. So it's not like this at all. Video games, I don't think that's why people are watching. More people are in debt because of new cars or new mobiles bought on EMI or loans with extremely high interest rates. What do you think? That is a big part of their debt, yes. But credit card debt is a whole other beast. Right? America has 1.3 over 1.3 trillion in credit card debt. Is it better to buy a low budget phone or a secondhand low budget car? Ooh. I mean, the car is going to have a bigger financial impact than a phone. Oh yeah. Right now it's Rivals. To be fair, sometimes it's Valorant. Sometimes we play Valorant at night. It just depends on what the friends want to do. You know what I'm saying? If the friends wanna get down on Valorant, we get down on Valorant. Hey, this is a good question. So this is gonna sound wild, but I use some mixture of beard oil, coconut oil, and then believe it or not, a little bit of Vaseline. It helps retain the moisture in your beard. So my beard is a lot softer than I think what people would assume a beard is. So a little bit of Vaseline. I don't do it every day, but a little bit of Vaseline, beard oil, coconut oil, stuff like that. USA is even more crazy with debt, healthcare, student loans, and credit cards. Yes, we take loans on everything. If you want to hear something even more wild, education has gone up in cost like 400% since, or is it 4,000% since the government got into the loan business. Kind of want to stream on Twitch myself, but life's been busy. It only takes a little bit of time. If you're going to game anyway, Toothpaste, why not stream? Why not? Honestly, I also need to take care of my beard. It's long, but it's smooth naturally. Hey, I like it. The main issue that I have is sometimes especially right here, it will get itchy. Or I don't know if that's where. What's up, Madhav? As a matter of fact, I should probably take care of my beard right now. Get a little bit of coconut oil, a little bit of Vaseline. Sorry, petroleum jelly. How to grow beard, bro? It just happens, man. It just grows from my face. Yes. The Vaseline will take care of the itch, man. The Vaseline is awesome. The main issue that I have now with my beard being this long, if I really want to massage in here and get the Vaseline, it like messes up. It messes up the beard. So I'm not going to do it on stream because it'll get goofy. You know what I mean? Yeah, it all depends on your time, Luca, but that's probably right. That's probably right. You can't really give full effort to four or five things. What time is it? It's 12:25 here. Just 26. 12:26 Eastern time. Hey, thanks, Giga. I appreciate you. You're cool. My beard is already soft. I don't do anything. I want it to be thicker like Kratos from God of War. Interesting. It's 8:26 p.m. Where are you, Toothpaste? So there's no way you could watch me stream because I won't be streaming for like 7 hours. That'd be 3:30 in the morning where you are. Not like an old tennis ball. Yeah, I feel that. Growing thicker. I think they have things that will help you grow a thicker beard. Can you guide how to choose health insurance and all how to start. I am not sure how to choose health insurance. Find a reputable company that will do it for the give you the best value. Show your muscles. Yeah. That's all you got. That's all you got. Hello, advice guy. How long would it take me to bake 6 million cookies at one time? I don't even know if that's possible. I don't even know if that's possible. How would you... I don't think there's an oven big enough for 6 million cookies. That sounds kind of insane, to be honest. $6 million of something else. What does that mean? Hit me. 23-3 with me. Where are you from, Unc? I'm in America, Arizona to be specific. How to make $1 million within 1 week. You either need a business to go crazy or something crazy risky to invest in. But it's also relative. If you have $100 million, $1 million in 1 week is a little bit easier. If you're going from 0 to $1 million, that's incredibly difficult, maybe impossible. UK, that platypus lactate milk from their skin, and they are not mammals. What? You can make great money with AI at the moment. All right. What related to World War II? Oh, do you think so? You think that's what he's talking about? That's crazy, bro. God bless the USA. Hey, thanks for liking the live, everybody. If anybody else wouldn't mind, I would appreciate it if you like the live. It'll help get it in front of the people who need it most. I have no products or classes to sell you. I'm just here to help people get better with their money and talk about anything you guys want to talk about. You know what I mean? Biology fact. All right. Oh, UK means you know that platypus lactate milk from their skin and they are not mammals. That might be the most wild fact ever. Platypus are not mammals. How do they have children? Hit me. All right, anybody who is physically capable of and won't get hurt and won't die, let's do some push-ups. I'm going to do 8 slow push-ups right now. Let's go. Who's ready? Who's coming with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Woo, now let's look how red my head is. Woo! Let's go. All right, now I'm going to go do 2 pull-ups. Huh, give me a sec. I want to know what love is. All right, you did 10. You outdid me. Logan is back. Not with a wild question. How to earn money easy? I don't know that there's an easy way to earn money. You got to work for most of it. You know what I mean? My cousin live in USA and I want to immigrate to USA. All right. What do you think about hospital bills in USA and the long waiting periods for appointments to see doctors? There's not really, depends on what you're looking for. Depends on how urgent it is. But if you're talking about the costs, they're crazy. But a big part of that is because the government subsidizes things. All right, hold on. We got to get the after the pull-ups. I use AI sometimes as a developer, as help tool, but I have to look over anything it does and can't blindly trust it. Also, there's data protection issues. I can't share company data with AI. Also, I did push-ups too. Let's go, Luca. We're going to get ripped. My 42nd birthday is in 3.5 months. I'm hoping to be ripped by then. Ripped. You know what I'm saying? Big muscles. Squats are starting back soon. You got to work your trunk, guys. You got to work your trunk. I want to know what love is. I want you to show me. God of War. You already have the beard. Let's go. Then I just need an axe and a shield, right? I'm 41. 41. Hey, if you guys like TikTok, I will be moving over to TikTok pretty soon. What shampoo do you use? If I'm going, man, I gotta go look at the brand. Hold on a sec. So I only use a specified beard shampoo. Let me go get it. Is it true a lot of the time banks target young people to offer loans because they don't have good financial knowledge and also long live enough to pay off the debt? That's interesting. I haven't heard that, but it makes sense. But why else would crazy loans be given to children? It's insane. Young people. Hold on, let me go look at this. Hooah. This by Forged Beard Company. 100% natural, hand forged. The ingredients are purified water, saponified olive oil and coconut oil, aloe vera, golden jojoba oil, castor oil, activated charcoal, xanthan gum. That's it. Unscented. Boom. Hey, thank you. Thank you. All right, I'm going to go put this back now. Hold on. All right, guys. I think we're going to go ahead and close up shop here on the stream. If you could do me a huge favor, go watch one of my videos from beginning to end. Like it, share it with somebody, help it go viral. I don't know what to do. The videos don't do anything, you know what I mean? But such is life sometimes. But we're going to go ahead and call that a day here. I appreciate everybody. This was a fun stream. Luca, I appreciate you. Everyone else who came in, I appreciate you. I don't know how many people are still here, but I love you. And I will be back. Tomorrow is my day off, but I will be back Friday and Saturday. Depending on how tomorrow goes, maybe I'll stream. We'll see. I don't know. I'll probably gaming stream on Twitch. I'll be live tonight on Twitch if you care. But I appreciate you guys. Have yourselves a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.